Hey, PBT Nation. Hope everyone having a great day. Hey, a little bit out of the routine instead of the commentary. I wanted to do a video. Sorry, it's been a busy day for me personally. Had some personal matters that I needed to attend early this morning. By the time I came back, it was most of the damage was already done. Quite frankly, had like maybe an hour left in the trading. So and I saw some of the levels were getting hit, so I thought I'll bring you guys this video. Listen, as far as the portfolio, we closed out most of our position. Now, it's time to reset and reassess. So, I mean, seriously, there's not much, there isn't much damage done to the portfolio. I'm not too concerned about the portfolio, and I wanted to bring that here. And I wanted to also apologize for yesterday. That was my fault, nobody else's. I sent the wrong file by accident, which was I sent the wrong file as far as our positions. So I apologize for that, and that has been corrected. So here's the correct file, and I wanted to share as far as what's going on with our positions and so on and so forth. So let me see if I can condense this a little bit. And then I've got all this here. Like I've got, I keep track. I've got my trading notes and follow-up emails that I receive almost daily basis. So I make sure I cross them out. I don't ignore anybody. And I tell you, I mean, I get double digits every day. So most of the time, I've got a little bit of a help, but most of the time I'm attending to them myself. So let's take a look what's happening here. We're about, and we're about 2.5%, still 2% profitable. We closed out most of the trade. I mean, this is, and I'll go one by one here. Lulu, I am going to close this out most likely tomorrow. Lulu trade. I'm not very thrilled with the KR trade. We don't have much damage here in the KR trade. So there you go, it's much better. So KR trade, there's not much damage here in KR trade. It's only down 15 bucks. It's a position trade. I don't like the market action. I think we'll have a better entry in coming days or week. Costco, best thing can happen. Costco, if it's not gapping down tomorrow, and if it just opens flat, if takes me out, takes me out. I'm not too worried about it. There's not much left here, anyways. ELMD, I am thinking, maybe tighten up even further. I have not done so. The stops are set, and I set those stops very early in the week because I started to see some price action. Quite frankly, what caught me by surprise is, and I'll talk about S&P in a little bit, but somehow the Okta wasn't showing close. That was closed yesterday. CRWD was closed on Friday. So these are all closed, and we took some losses here. Nonetheless, we are still profitable for the month, and we will continue to work our magic here and see when the market's set up. And if you really look at the long term as far as the market and how we make money, it's not really about taking one particular trade or constantly looking for new setups. That's not how I do. That's not how I trade. I mean, this is a program that it goes for 1 year. It's I always say the swing trading is a year-long process. So as long as you're in it for 1 year, you're going to be extremely successful. You're going to make money. Month to month, I don't know. Month to month is sometime it works, sometime it doesn't. So that there you have it. And most people will overcomplicate trading. Quite frankly, if in my years of experience, it's a straightforward business. Either it's going to work or it's not going to work. Here are the things that we do here, or here's the thing what I do. I wouldn't even say we, but I do, because what I do is what you get. You see what you get. It's as transparent as anything. Anything I can make it work. And I started to shed most Friday. Last Friday I started to sell. Now I'm only 28% exposed. Pretty soon probably we're not going to have any exposure. And we sold Amazon. Amazon was my pretty good position, But Tesla aftermarket up, I don't know, $100, but it took me out. It took me out. No harm, no foul. It is what it is. But here's what I do. I wait for my stocks to meet my criteria. I execute and then wait to be proven right or wrong. So if I'm wrong, it's fine. I've taken 2 losses in Okta. That's fine. I move on and I'll set up. If when it's set up again, I'll take it again. But when there's a lot of stocks that are setting up and trades are working, I get aggressive. And you have seen me build up that portfolio from 30% all the way up to 94%, as much as 94%, 12, 13, 14. At one time I had 18 positions, position open. But when that's not happening, I am stepping back, going to sidelines, and waiting for my turn. I am very, very patient trader. I don't go for the home run. I go for the singles and doubles, and that's all I do. I never, ever look for home run. I spend my time perfecting the routine and my trading plan that I put together over the year. I don't play the guessing game. I don't forecast or worry about what may or may not happen. I just do same thing over and over and over again with little bit of finesse. I would say that with a little bit of a finesse. I absolutely do a little bit of a finesse, and let the trades guide me where they're going to take me. So with that said, let's have a look and see where the markets are. And I'll tell you something. Uh, what we've been talking about Qs, haven't put 2 lower lows. I'm sure you know that conversation that we've had many, many, many time. Well, guess what? We have first time Qs put 2 lower lows, which was right here and right here. 2 lower lows. Base moved higher and really chopped sideways, and then just couldn't get going. And and we talked about the distribution day, 3 continued distribution days in the Qs. On the hourly chart will guide me. So once this was taken out, and I've been very, very clear about this area. Once that gets taken out, this is the next area of demand, then next, and then next. But for now, the Qs are below. I'll show you what I mean. So if I changed it, and I don't like moving averages on my chart because I like my chart super simple. That's how everything's set up. Qs are below the 21 period moving average on the hourly, below the 50 period moving average, reaching the 200 period moving average, which is $262, which is right around this area. So with that, I am stepping aside because when the Qs are trading below the 21 period moving average in the bull market, I don't like to set up. And what really caught me by surprise is the spiders. Spiders really haven't done anything wrong if you look at it, but the last hour of trading was ominous. You'd never want to see that. And what was a good day that opened higher turned out to be a distribution day. So when you think about it, so that's coming to support. This is the area where S&P spiders broke out, coming to support. We'll see what happens. Massive volume here into the close, and if you look at the 2 minutes chart here, this thing was like just orderly sell-off. So you didn't have like climactic. It was orderly. It's starting to sell off, rally, sold off, rally, sold off, rally, sold off, and then rally, sold off, and then you had some short covering into the close, and that's how we close. And that's why I like having this 15 minutes chart or 5 minutes chart as I scan, because it gives me a total picture of what happened to that 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, and hourly chart. So that's what's happening in the market. Now, Tesla, I was talking about, Tesla is rallying after hour on that split news. I think 1 to 5 or 5 or whatever that may be. It certainly took me out at 1370. So that was happened pretty quickly. It wasn't even this last hour. It just right at the open. It clipped me right at the open. That's fine. And tomorrow it's going to open up at 1465. So 1465, that's where it's going to open up. And there was some, I saw that there was some volume traded on Tesla. So, this is when you look at it on the Tesla. Let me see if I can get this right. Yeah, there was some volume traded. If I can get market depth, probably not after hours, but there was some volume traded in Tesla here. So let's keep an eye on what's going on, and then maybe we set up again Tesla. But tomorrow it's going to be interesting. What happens with Tesla? It's going to open up at 1465. I'm definitely, on my Thinkorswim account, I'm out of the Tesla trade. Did trade this little bit into the close, but that's about it. Um, it's um, it's going to open up at 1465, and 1465 it's going to take us right around this area, 1465, where the sell-off started. So all these longs here, they are in the water. So when the Tesla opens, what do you think it's going to happen? It's gonna blow up. It's gonna go back up to the highest, or it's gonna sell off. Well, you know, you if you think it's gonna sell off, you probably guessed it right, because that's where it's going to open up, right into that area, and you're going to see a sell off, and maybe you'll see this type of sell off, and then it rallies. So let me show you what I mean. And when I teach this, this is how. So if I take this here, this is opening up right into this area, the 1465. Now this is all predicated upon where it's opening. So that's 1465 will take us right into this area right here. So that's your 1465. This is where it's starting to move back up. It moved back up. You've got some traders trapped here in long. No, but they haven't sold. They haven't sold. They're like, okay, coming back, coming back, coming back, and that's where that's where I got long as the breakout, and that didn't work. Now, you know, right over here, it was primed to go higher, right into this area. Now, all these traders that did not have stops, now they get lucky here, and they were praying that it comes back up. Well, their prayers were answered. Now, if it opens up here tomorrow, then what's going to happen here in anywhere in this area, this is what you call area. So this is the area that it's a supply. Now this, if it opens up here, then what you can see is the price, right here, you're going to see a price action that right here, and then sell off. Now, if it goes here, set up again, higher low, yeah, this might be the area that day trader wants to get long. I would stay away. Now, the other area is 1500. This area right here, 1520. If it opens up above here, so that's then the opposite applies. All the shorts here are going to cover immediately, because shorts are saying, okay, if this takes out this area, I have to cover. Other than that, I am good, because if we were long, we set our stops here, right into this area. So we got out. If you're shorting Tesla here, you're setting your stop right into this area. So you're like, okay, if this base gets, I am looking for this, and I'm putting my stop right here. Now, those shorts are covering here. If you're long, the whole idea was to take the breakout, and the stock rallies at the open. So here's some lessons for you. Hope it makes sense, and you enjoy some of this lesson. But Tesla is gone. Lulu's coming back. We've got our stop set at 318. Our average price is at 325. It's at 335. I am going to raise the stop to break even here on Lulu. I'm ready. I am not letting anything at this point go against me. So the stop will be raised here. So keep an eye on the newsletter for the stop on Lulu. KR, I already said that I don't like the price action on KR. This is the position trade. and I don't like this. The gap down, I thought it was, this gap down did not look good. It gap down, starting to pull back up. I was okay with that because I'm super patient with my position trade. It can, but I think we can have another opportunity here. So turning out to be a super, super boring stock. It's right at 34.25. I want to keep a close eye on this and see how it trades. It's not a big mover. I mean, it's only down 58 cents, but look like a big ominous bar. So, this is not a big mover. Cost, we already talked about costs. Stop set at 330. ELMD it did much better than the market. So, one would love to see this thing gets going here and get us some show us some love here. Nlock, Nlock also we have our stops on Nlock at 22.50. It took us out. That trade is also closed now. We don't have much left here. And then pins, that I didn't like the price action in pins at all. And if this thing takes out this, and I talked about over the weekend, watch out below. We can close the gap, and I think we'll get a much better entry here on pins. So no harm, no foul with pins either. And then on Friday, on Monday, we got out ADSK. So or Friday, I'm sorry, we got out ADSK. That was the right thing to do. This thing is also churning. Now there are some stocks that I am liking. Now I am not ready to buy those stocks because they are just starting to set up here. Tandem is being one of them. So I do like Tandem. I'm also watching some of the growth stocks, and growth stocks starting to churn, much faster than before. ZM, that's also pulling back here, and then there's some other stocks that might be setting up here. I've got biotech. Everything was sold off. I got this AKRO that I like. I was looking at Nari that we've traded once. That thing is just complete collapse here. I was looking at this Lemonade. That's also complete collapse. So a lot of things are collapsing. But what's not collapsing is the um, financial, which really sold off. So if you played the JPM out of the unofficial trades, congratulations. The close is not good on JPM, but 3 days of a nice move here. I still like the weekly chart. Weekly chart is pointing higher. Goldman Sachs is the same way, and then the energy sector also sold along with GLD. That puts I think the biggest, one of the biggest red bar. This is the biggest red bar, the weekly red bar. This is the second, and coming from the very top. Whoever shorted this is really getting paid, and whoever got long here is just starting to press the button here, the pain button, to release the pain here in gold. So with that said, IWM, right from the top. But here's what I was really looking for spiders to right over here into 339 area. We never get there, but I thought we would get to 338, and I was very close to executing the put play on both the spies and the Qs. We do have a long calls of spies that's a little bit profitable, and we have a long call of Qs, which is a little bit in the red now. So I like the volatility. Look out for the options trade. I do get a little bit aggressive on options trade. I'm not a big risk taker when it comes to option. I risk almost the same amount in every option trade. But one trade that I do want to talk about is PHUN. This one, if you traded PHUN off the speculative play, it did trigger today. I have a very simple concept of trading these stocks here at one, it did trigger at 185. Just put the same money, whether it's 500,000, 2,000, whatever you put, same money, and I look for the stop area. In this case, the stop will be 96 cents. So about $1 stop. So you got to think about, how are you going to play that? So if you took the if you took the $2,000 risk amount, so you got about 1,000 shares. shares and um, about $1 stop here. So let's it's a 50% stop, so you'll be down $1,000. But this is how it works. You buy exactly you have to have at least 4 or 5 that are working together, and then two of them will stop out, two of them will be scratch, and three will, or two or three will, right, really give you 300-400% profits. So that's how it gets traded. So I wanted to bring you this video because I know the market is starting to churn, and we may have something after hours. Let's see what's happening after hours here. Let's see. ES is actually up 4.75% in after hours trading. So let's take the ES to the other side. Uh, There you go. So ES, which is S&P, it's up about it's just 4.4 and 3/4 of a point at 33.34. Big futures sold off here on the S&P. So let's see what happens, because when you look at this chart, 24 hours trading chart, these are some ominous bars here on S&P. When I go down to the 240 minutes time frame, it tells you, and this is really famous time frame for the futures trader, the 240 minutes. So that trend line has been broken, and then you're sitting right at support here on the 240 minutes chart. And it's the fact that it stair stepped its way higher, so it was never extended. So you can't say I'm gonna short here. It was never extended. Um, but it's starting to sell off. So perhaps some news. I haven't dug into it, see if there were any news or not. But it is what it is. Like I said, most people like to complicate trading. I don't. I'm pretty straightforward what I do. Um, with the dearth of viable ideas, and most of the stock leaders, or the leaders, they have been under pressure since late last week. And I think the most prudent approach here to be sidelined until we see stock reset and set up proliferate again. And the setups proliferate again. So let's exercise patience and discipline. Let's not force trades. But we had a very good run, a long run. A rest period is normal. It is necessary. I talked about this over the weekend, or Monday perhaps. The 5 to 6% pullback is only going to be healthy for the market. One buy alert that I sent out. 104.80, that stock. Look at the relative strength on this stock. Market sold off. This stays really good. I am going to actually keep that on. I like this stock. I love the way it's performing. It's just the orderly pullback here into the rising 21 period moving average. You've got a cup and handle forming here, and it looks like it wants to break out. Let me go back to the 60 minutes chart here, and 60 minutes, it's it's closing into this downtrend. Got a nice bottoming tail bullish reversal here. Hourly chart and weekly chart is flagging as well. So this one I did wanted to bring it up, and it looks pretty good. So with that, have a great rest of the night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.